Hi everyone, my name is Brianna Dotson and I am a student here at Delaware State University. I'm here today to talk about something that is very important and part of our everyday lives, but we don't talk about it as much. Food. Before I get into it, I'm going to ask you if there's ever been a time where you've been on campus and you had a long day, maybe at work, maybe at practice, in classes, period. Just being a student is tiring and you just want good food that's nutritional and it's going to help you feel better. I feel like that every single day, especially here at Delaware State. I hate all the greasy food that surrounds us and that's on our campus, and I feel like that is a big problem. And when I say it's a serious problem, it's not just annoying, but it's affecting how we think, how we learn, our energy, our focus, our mental well-being. The dining hall is good most of the time, or sometimes not even most of the time. It's good, but math isn't reliable, especially if you have certain dietary restrictions. Maybe you're gluten free, or you're vegan or vegetarian, or even if you have a lot of major allergies. And then let's not even talk about what's around the issue. Once you walk outside campus, yeah, we have a Qdoba or Chipotle, which is more on the expensive side. But other than that, we have McDonald's, Panda Express, Popeyes, Chick-fil-A on campus and off campus. Um, it's not fueling. It's cheap, it tastes good, and it's quick, but it's not nutritional. And if you don't have a car, or if your friends don't have cars, like, just forget about eating healthy. Getting to a real grocery store becomes a whole entire mission. You have to catch a shuttle bus, you have to pay extra for delivery, which ends up adding up and being very, very expensive. Fresh, affordable food shouldn't be this hard to get, especially when we're students trying to take care of ourselves. And this isn't just my opinion. This affects students across the board, especially low-income students with food allergies, or people trying to eat clean on a budget. If you ever had to choose between eating what's affordable and what's healthy, you already know the stress I'm talking about. Now, this matters because it's about more than just food. It's about how we live and how we succeed. And what we eat affects how we feel overall, physically and mentally. I know for me, when I eat something healthy and clean, I feel good and I can focus in class. I have energy to go work out after class, energy in my meetings while I'm doing assignments, and even extra time to just hang out with my friends. But when I've been running on fried food and vending machine snacks all day, I want to eat in my bed. I feel how I ate, bad. I know I'm not the only one. A lot of students struggle silently with this. They don't say anything because it's just food, right? But this is college and we're juggling classes, jobs, financial stress, and outside stress. Life is going on, while we're trying to get through this time. And now we're expected to survive off of chicken tenders and $10 pizza. That's why I went to do this project. Where's the real food? It's about raising awareness, yes, but also and offering solutions instead of just complaining about what we don't have. Um, the issue, if we want to, we can really make this happen. So I'll break them down. So solution one is going to be a student-ran farmers market. First of all, before I even get into this, I want to say we have something like this. It's our campus market. I forget the exact name. It's very similar. Shout out to the people running it, but it's not enough, especially when you have, and I'm not being selfish. I'm just saying, we fresh food options is a necessity for us. What I think we should do is we should have a farmer's market maybe once or twice a month. Maybe an MLK, one is Worm at the courts, in a spot, in a central spot, in the sorry, in a central spot where local farmers come and vendors bring fresh fruits and vegetables and snacks and homemade meals maybe. And the best part is we could have flex or even donate our meal swipes if that's possible to pay for this stuff. That way, students who don't have extra money wouldn't be left out. We could even have students orgs help run it and sell their own healthy snacks. I was thinking maybe smoothies. Somebody could bring meal prep. Somebody could bring wraps. It'd be just a thing that we can do as a student body to really help each other succeed and eat healthier. Solution two. So sorry. And most importantly, it'd be real food. That's important, and we know where it's coming from and what we're putting in our body, and who we're getting it from. Solution two, student deals at local spots. So, like I said, we have a Chipotle and a Qdoba across the street from school. To some students, it is a little bit on the expensive side, especially when you're starving. My second solution is super realistic and doesn't require us to build anything new. We could partner with local restaurants, maybe La Tonoteca, like I said, Chipotle, Qdoba, Tropical Smoothie is there, or even smaller local owned places. And we could possibly offer a deal for students focusing on healthier meals. We could show our IDs and get a discount on a smoothie with protein or a grill bowl or something that's actually nutritional and balanced, not just a burger and fries. If the issue worked with these businesses to offer these deals, we'd get more access to healthy food without paying crazy prices, and it's a win for the businesses too. They get more customers and good publicity for supporting students, and we could promote it through DSU social media, bulletin boards, maybe even add it to the student portal, which I think would be super cool and helpful since a lot of us use the student portal. Solution three is going to be upgrade the dining hall. Lastly, not something too, I don't think it's too hard, but I think it'd be very, very, very helpful. There are very good days in the CAF. They do have vegan options. Just for some students, we would need more, especially our athletes who are vegetarian and vegan. Other days, it's like, how is this the only option? Like sometimes we only get a option and it's not the best one. We need to push for improvements, and the best way I think to do this is creating a healthy choice board, which is a group of students like your CAB or your SGA who meet with the dining hall staff monthly and give feedback about what we like, what we don't like, what we think we should add. We could suggest new meals, ask for allergy friendly and plant based options, maybe different varieties because we tend to have the same ones. And we can even push for healthier grab and go meals instead of having sandwiches, which is pretty healthy. But for a lot of us, especially vegetarians or vegans, you can't eat the meat and it's a whole thing. So I think having actual healthy options besides chips and cookies would be very, very beneficial to our student body. This board could also help with making the dining hall more inclusive, asking for better hours, improving what's offered during late night hours, like I said, more healthier things during those grab and go sessions, and making sure we are all feel like our voices matter when it comes to what we're being served at our school. We could work what we already have and make it better. Why does this matter so much to me? I'm a student here. I know what it feels like to be overwhelmed, broke, and just trying to make it through the week while still taking care of myself and trying to live a healthier lifestyle. I've always had so many days where I ate whatever I wanted and whatever was the cheapest and easiest to get, and I felt terrible, and my body really ended up taking a toll, and that's why I've chosen to take this journey and try to educate people more on why it's so important, because I was neglecting what I was putting into my body and it literally started to shut down on me. We're supposed to be growing and learning and becoming our best selves, but we can't do that while we're running on E. Like, we can't do that with putting anything into our bodies. We can't do that with putting the most convenient thing into our body, because the most convenient thing isn't always the best thing. This isn't just about food. Like I said, it's about health, it's about energy, it's about respect, because giving students access to healthy food is a way of saying we care about you guys and your success. So let's speak up and let's push for real solutions, and let's make sure future DSU students don't have to ask, where's the real food? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys take into account, and have a good day. Bye.